Peyton, we're actually going to check in on St. Bernard Parish. Let's speak with St. Bernard Parish President Guy McInnis. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Karen. Thank you for getting the word out to our region.
I understand. Thank you. I understand that there are some issues already in Lower St. Bernard.
There are, Karen. I'll tell you, I got up this morning around 6 and went down to the Shell Beach area, Hopedale area, and I'm very surprised at how high that water got up so soon. So with low tide being early this morning and high tide being around 11 or 12 o'clock today, and that water is coming up already, we're very concerned about how high this water is going to get. So we already have water on the road in the Florissant, Shell Beach, Hopedale area. We're asking people to leave if you're there. We're asking people to not come down to get your boats or trailers. At this time, it's a little too late. We got about 150 or so campers and trailers and boats to get inside of the levee system. We just think it's dangerous now, and I'm about halfway through the Delacroix Highway. It looks like it's free and clear. A couple of years ago, we raised this road to about 4 feet elevation. It looks like it's working fine, but we want to make sure we get the word out to people that if you're thinking about coming to Lower St. Bernard outside of the levee system, we're asking you, number one, to be careful. Number two, we may be closing this road down very soon, and it's very dangerous to get toward the Shell Beach area right now.
So are you calling for a voluntary evacuation or a mandatory evacuation at this point?
You know, we're not going to sign an order, Karen, but we're asking people to just be smart and see what's happening and know that it's only going to get worse from here. This storm is very disorganized. But the surge is still going to happen. We're hoping we only get about another 2 feet or so, but we could get about another 4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
So we just don't know that.
Given that, which are the expected road closures throughout the day, or the potential road closures?
The potential road closures are Delacroix Highway and Florissant Highway. That would be Highway 300.
Okay.
And we're asking people to stay out of that area. I expect that to be closed. I'll be talking to the sheriff here real soon. I expect that to be closed before nightfall. Our deputies and our firefighters are out. We're asking people to just please stay off of the roads. We don't want to put our deputies and firefighters in danger.
Indeed. How about the power situation?
You know, about a half hour ago, I checked. We have about 41 residents without power right now. They expect to have that on soon in the Chalmette Circle area. So it really looks good right now as far as power. We're worried about the surge more than anything outside of our levee system.
And given that we're in the middle of a pandemic, if there are those that are in, Lower St. Bernard and they feel like they need to go somewhere, is there a shelter in place? And if so, what do people need to make sure that they bring, again, especially amid COVID-19 concerns?
Karen, you have to remember, outside of our levee system, we only have about 10 families or so that live there. So we know them all. They all have family on the inside of the levee system. But in case we do order an evacuation, we do have a shelter in place. A shelter at Goche Gym. It would be manned with EMTs and sheriff deputies and so forth. But we don't anticipate having to do that. We've been in contact with all of the families, all of the businesses here in Lower St. Bernard, and most people have gotten their assets out to high ground. And we're asking people it's just too late to do that now because of the water already on the road.
And we know y'all stick together, and that's what we love about you. What about sandbags? Is there an opportunity for people to still pick them up, or is it really too late at this point?
You know, right now, our sandbag situation, we have, the sheriff with the trustees and this COVID-19 pandemic going on. That was very difficult to get them together. We really don't anticipate a lot of rain at one time. I mean, it could happen, but outside of the levee system, with the storm surge being what it is, we just figured that the sandbags at this point is just a little too late to get out, and really at this point there's no need.
Okay, and where are you right now? What does it look like where you are, the conditions?
Yeah, I am in Delacroix, about halfway to the end of Delacroix here. But I tell you, the conditions, we have about 40 mile-an-hour winds. The water has gone over the road at Reggio Canal, and that water is rolling in. And haven't gotten to the end yet, but I don't anticipate too much water on the Delacroix Highway right now. But later on today, we do expect that.
All right, we will be following particular attention to Lower St. Bernard as we move out throughout the day. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you being available for us throughout the storm.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Stay safe.